button because sometimes I forget. There we go, recording. All right, let's see, where did we leave off yesterday? Because a lot has changed. Like I said yesterday, it's playing the waiting game to see where price action is going to take us, and this would be then a indicator or maybe narrow down the possibilities to figure out what the right play could be. So like I said yesterday, if you bought the dip, good for you. I hope you took some profit, but more than that was being really hard to figure out since the formation we started to range in was so young. You know, there's a lot of speculative people who will be saying like, yeah, I thought this and I was right and blah blah blah. So I do not play this game. This is not what real trading is all about. Real trading is knowing when you have to keep your hands off, when you have to wait and see until you will find more and more clues that will allow you to take a position with a minimal risk and a maximum reward. That's the name of the game. Otherwise, you might as well just go play the roulette or whatnot. There are strategies on the roulette that work really well, like the martingale works very, very good on a roulette situation. Here, market-wise, I've tried and failed at a few strategies that people claim to be unfailable and stuff, and honestly, every situation is different. Every situation needs its own analysis, and this is where you will find out, or where you will start figuring out the according strategies that will work. Yeah, I hope I make myself clear here. So now let's dive in with the meat and potatoes, and let's see what's happening. So let's go down to the 1 hour chart, and look, I've already adjusted it a little bit, but where we left off yesterday, and I'm gonna make this a yellow line just for you to see exactly what the old line was. The old line was the yellow one. In the meanwhile, as the day made its progress and stuff, new information surfaced, and of course, you know, like when the plan changes or when the situation changes, the plan must adapt, right? So there is no right or wrong in this game. You know, it's not like, hey, you said it was going to stay there. No, I did not say that at all. What I said is, for now, on the one hand, let me take these things away because I think this is more or less what we saw yesterday afternoon. Something like this. The red line, let's, you know what, let's mark it and make it invisible. I hope you guys know how to do this. Like there is this object tree. It's very easy. You can here, red upper trend. There we go, like this. I know exactly which one to reactivate. Okay, now what I said was two possibilities. Two possibilities. Well, actually three, but two which are in play. Number one is we move from the upper range to the lower range and we start making this wedge shape. And up and until here, the wedge was holding. So, of course, it's safe to assume that, yeah, maybe this could be the trend for the coming few days. Before we went up there, I also said it's possible that the green line will be holding as a resistance, and that this hole here, those two spikes above it, are just failed liquidation attempts, and basically starting from here, we are maybe forming a rising channel, a rising triangle, which also could have been valid as long as, of course, the trend lines are respected and the support lines aren't broken. Now, what did happen is that actually price moved up higher. What I said was, as long as we don't manage to close above 420, because I like the number 420, as long as we don't manage to reach above and close a candle, especially a 12-hour candle. I said specifically a 12-hour candle because that would have been really strong. And close above the 420 line, 13,420, we could get a bearish signal pushing price down again. Now, depending on how strong the push down would be, this would also give us an indication about how low it could go. Now, if it was long ranging down with some ups and some downs and stuff, where RSI is doing some of these things, we could have seen like a lot lower, like 12,700, 12,500. But I also said, as soon as we don't manage to close above 420, the greatest telltale sign would be the RSI. Remember? And this is what happened. We got this huge rejection, like pushed down all the way to 13,000 and a little below, like 13,900, 12,900. And RSI also got just this free fall straight to almost the same area as this low. Now, if you're splitting hairs on the 1 hour time frame, this is not a bullish divergence. This is a higher low, and this is also a higher low. I hope you see this. It's very, very slightly on the RSI, but this is continuation. So, what's the situation we're sitting in now? Let's have a look. Let's turn this back on, and now this is more or less what I think is becoming a valid range. There we go. So, rising channel. Slightly, but a rising channel. On top of that, what do we have? We have the volume profile that is actually over here on this area below us, having a lot more volume than above. Now, like I said, rising channels are usually more likely to break to the downside than they are to break to the upside. But the upside is not impossible. Where did we have another rising channel? I can't remember, but in the past somewhere, I think we had another rising channel somewhere, and same thing happened. It actually did break to the upside. Of course, this is not a steep channel. Oh yeah, I remember. Here, this whole situation here. I'm not gonna force myself too much into making it really nice, because it's just about giving you guys some background information. What did we have? We had this here, right? That was the one. Yes, Neo, that was the one. Alright, something like this. Same thing. We did have a rising channel. And like I said, rising channels are a lot easier to break to the downside than they are to the upside, because breaking up, you will need a rise in volume. You will need a lot more volume to start pushing and out of this trend in which it was sitting very comfortably. On the other hand, which was speaking more for the upside, and this is what I said as well, is that here all these big nodes of volume, this one here as well, were every time after time, working their way into creating new support for the next level up. So as we went up, and I also said this, going down would be a lot harder breaking through this entire volume than rising up, because here everything is thin air. Now we are actually making the same situation. We're in the same formation. Could we still go down? Yes, everything is possible. But in order to set up correctly, I believe the right move is to start looking for expected ranges where RSI could get in trouble. Because nonetheless, people keep saying, don't believe too much in indicators. And I agree. Do not trade solely on your indicators. Trade on price action. Look at your horizontals, because those are support levels, if at least you draw them correctly. Then the RSI is going to help you to make a little more of a guesstimation of how far which horizontal could become a valid support, and where we could actually start see a bounce or maybe even a retest, right? And this is, again, this is where you need to think about setting your positions. All right, so I hope I have been talking again. You know, Sabri, you're talking too much. I know, I like this. I do enjoy all this information, and making a stream about this is so easy for me because I have so much gathered knowledge that, you know, I can't even go in deep about everything that I would love to talk about, because you guys would be falling asleep. If not, like I said, if not, and you want more information, you want really to dive in deep, go to my website, sign up, use my affiliate link so you have access to the Discord channel, and this is where we can have live conversations on either what time of the day. I'm very available on there. I will not be online 24/7, but send me a message, send me a private message, either what. I will always answer, and I will try to help you guys out. Maybe we can talk some strategies, or you know, you pitch me your ideas, and you know, maybe together we can form something that will actually work. You know, this is what I like to do, and this is what I want to do. Okay, now let's go back to our situation here before you guys keep forgetting what we're talking about. Now, what is happening here? On this level and this level, we do see that we have a higher high on price and a lower high on RSI. Clearly a bearish signal. Now this steep swipe down, I think this is already a very proven strike from the bears. Now what else is that if we look at this low here, I already said that this one is a continuation. Higher low, higher low. But we aren't done ranging down. We could just as well go down to the range of the channel, and I do believe if we manage to push a little bit lower, this would be a very strong signal for a very strong push up. Just saying. Now, the point of invalidation, where this whole idea becomes void and invalid, is if and when we manage to close below 12,000, what is it, 12,730. As soon as price is able to move below this, everything we see here on the bullish divergence and bullish signals is voided. So then, those two are still in play. Okay? Now, let's remove all this, because I do have a lot to talk about. On the upside, if eventually we start reaching and closing above this area here, let's give it a little bit of a color. 13,150. Yeah, let's go at 13,180. Just because. Get here, you little Dickens. That's a difficult one. Where do you draw the line? Let's say 13,200, just to be on the safe side, because we have some wicks here, got rejected, and let's look, let's give it a color as well, because otherwise we're not gonna know which line we're talking about. Now let's move out, because we need to go pretty far out. Oh yeah. Where is it coming? Here. Yeah. Oh. So there you go. See, the yellow line here is sitting at the same tops. And did I remember this? Am I some savant who just remembered, like, oh, there was a peak at this level? Absolutely not. Those things were pretty obvious on the price action right now. And if you go back in time afterwards, after you draw the line, then eventually you need to start seeing areas that are also confirming this area as a key point of interest. Now, as soon as we break this, still on the macro, we are in very, very thin air situation. The air is so much more thin to the upside than it is to the downside. So chances are literally very good for the bulls. I'm not saying it's a sure shot. You know, if we start closing, like I said, below 12,000, let's say 12,700 even, you know, here, 12,700 even. Jesus. You see, sometimes it's easier just to write things, use the keyboard, because the mouse can just help you for so much. Now, let's say 12,700 even. Once we break below, we close below, and we have some resistance, because there's going to be a resistance, we might see price go to lower areas. Now, I am wondering why I have this one set up here, because I think we would be more safe setting this one here and this one more over here. I think this is more safe. The orange one, I think we're just gonna blast through if we really go down, because this volume area is almost the same. And you know what? Maybe maybe I'm going to make this a blue box area. Like so and so. Yeah. All right, I'm starting to like it. This here. See, sometimes it's very, very difficult to find an area that you actually really like. I think this could be right. Of course, once we're reaching this far into the future, so many things can still affect. This is why you need to go level by level. Don't rush into making long-term predictions. It's impossible unless you have a crystal ball. Now that we've set all these things up, what is possible? And what is playing in favor of the bulls? First of all, because this is actually what everybody is asking right now. You know, yeah, are the bulls gonna win? Are the bulls gonna win? Because you know you make money, you profit more BTC, and your BTC becomes stronger. It's like you're winning on both fronts. This is party time. Yeah. Shorters can also win in a downtrend, but it's more survival, and you know you're making more BTC, but your BTC is becoming less strong, so you need to make a good more profit in order to make profit on the dollar amount and stuff. So yeah, maybe shorting is better if you trade, if you're a leverage trader, of course, and your base pair, your base value goes in USDT. That you have US dollar tokens as your base currency, and then you're trading Bitcoin USDT, and all your profit, all your gains are marked off in USDT. While if you're in an uptrend, then you want your base currency to be BTC because it's moving up, and this is where you're going to be winning on both fronts. So it depends a little bit of the flavor of what you want to do, but just a little bit of knowledge I'm throwing up there. It's an idea, it's maybe something to keep in mind. Yeah, free info. There you go. Now, what's playing in the favor of the bulls? In favor of the bulls, we do have stochastics that are retesting for the fourth time this support line. Yesterday, I removed all the support lines because we were sitting way up there here, and you know, I didn't want to draw this out because number one, I was not expecting such a steep drop. I didn't know what to expect at that time. Like I said, could be there, and then the reaction is what's going to make us more decided in which areas of interest are going to work. But yesterday I did admit that it was going to be a difficult one, and that there are a few key areas that we needed to test in order to let us what's the word, deduct from all the possible scenarios which one is going to become the more likely one. Right now that we have all this played out, we do see that stochastics are actually curling back over right here on the money on the red support line. So this is already one point that could start tip the balance more in the favor of the bulls. On the other hand, we have this strong support node here, where right now we are sitting at. We are very close on the 1 hour chart of, it nearly almost kind of sort of wants to try and look like a bullish signal. On the 1 hour chart it does not, but let's have a look at the 2 hour chart, because this is going to start being really interesting. On the 2 hour chart, RSI actually did drop in comparison to this low a little bit lower. So we are sitting at 47.65 and here 47.08. Splitting hairs. On the 1 hour chart, just not. On the 2 hour chart, just a little tad. This is interesting, right? Same situation. Stochastics, I found this trend line here that seems to have a chance of getting respected. Of course, we're just dipping, so the coming few hours are going to be very crucial to keep an eye on. But hey, all the bits help. Let's move up. The 3 hour chart. We start actually seeing a real bullish signal on the RSI, which could negate this whole situation here. Like I said yesterday, we're making lower lows, lower lows, lower lows, while on the price we're making higher lows, higher lows, higher lows. This is really good. Now going over to the 6 hour chart. Same story, but on a bigger frame. Here we do have the brush. Rush the brush. We do have lower low and yes, you guessed it, higher low. And on top of that, this higher low comes from this wick here. We have this doji, the very indecision candle, and now we have a green candle starting to form. It's very young, a lot can still happen. You know, if this goes more down, then RSI is going to go more down, and that will become the new lower low. This is why I said closing higher. Now on the 3 hour, I would really need to see a close above 12,800. That would be the lowest where I want to see price go. A wick, 12,700, 12,650-ish could still go. But the close of the 3 hour candle cannot be lower than this area here. All right. Now let's look at the stochastics. Stochastics are doing the same exact thing like we see on the other time frames. Like we have a test, and we are really close to testing here the trend line again. So for now there's not really a reason to panic, I think, because I want to hold on to wood, knock on wood, make sure that we're all good. I don't want to see the walls start trembling, because, you know, this is crypto, and if you sound too sure, like you sound like you really think you know what's gonna happen, you will be proven wrong. Take that from me. I've seen a lot of YouTubers. They make like those straight predictions, like, oh, we're seeing this is gonna happen, yes, to the moon, or oh, doom. It's a market of probabilities, and until it's played out, everything goes. The more time progresses, the more the valid possibilities get diluted into one. But there's no way of knowing for sure what the outcome will be in, let's say, 24 hours, 2 days, a week, a month. I'm sorry, but there's just no way. This is why I day trade, and this is why I do what I do, because I feel going moment by moment, taking it slowly, keeping my feet on the ground is the way that will keep my position safe. Also, take profit. Don't chase the edge of how far price could go. Don't do this. Set up like for a range, like from this situation, like if you were able to long here at the bottom, awesome position, guys. This is a dream come true. You have those lower wicks here, and you're sitting here somewhere at the bottom. You can put your stop loss here, have a minimum risk. Of course, everything can happen, especially when you see price tank. It's safe to assume that it might tank further. So you could lose, but just a little bit, because it's only when we're tanking lower than this. Well, not even, because we could have had this slightly downward channel if price would have gone a little bit lower. But still, you can put your risk management somewhere at a level that you'll be like, okay, like maybe this support line here, there's a $200 loss on a 12,700 price. I hope you're not going in like 12,700 on one position at once, but you might, and that would only be like a few percent of loss. While if you manage to break up, even going until here, this green line, the 13,000, you would have made a $300 gain over a maximum $200 loss, which is not bad. This is really not bad. On the other hand, there will be people then being like, oh Jesus, I'm an idiot, I should have held, shoulda, woulda, coulda. In hindsight, it's very easy to see everything that would have been possible and all the opportunities that you've missed. But what's important is the ones that you took and the losses that you avoided. This is how you move forward. Make 2 steps forward, maybe 1 step back, but don't worry about a 3rd or a 4th step you could have taken if only you would have known that there wasn't a bear trap there. Right? And then, you know what happens? Then price goes up. You see it go up, and eventually, like I said, if it fails to close above this area, maybe some risky people, some risk takers would have said like, hey, Jesus, I'm going to short here. And then again, you could have had a $200 profit. See, don't worry about having stepped out a little too soon. There's always the next trade, and as long as you don't liquidate your portfolio, as long as you're building up bit by bit, you're being a good trader. Yeah? Okay, now I'm going to stop here. I've been talking for way too long again. I hope I left you guys with a little bit of interesting information. Like I said, it looks positive, but don't take my word for it. Try to go level by level. Keep your eyes on the price, on the indicators. If you like to use some other indicators and maybe you find some valid information in them, feel free to give me a shout, and maybe we can think about things that together we could like bring in. Give me some feedback, give me your input. Don't be afraid to leave your comments in the comments section on either which one of the platforms. I will be ready and happy to hear about them, and I would be very, very happy as well to start any kind of conversation. If you think I was wrong, if you think I'm full of shit, doesn't matter, you know, just talk to me. I won't bite, you know. But this is it. If you like my stream, remember, please use my affiliate link, sign up for Bybit. It gives you great bonuses. There's also some awesome opportunities that I can give to you once you sign up to be in the Discord channel. Go to the website wolvesofbybit.com. There's more information there on how to join the Discord. It's more of a VIP situation for the affiliates, but yeah, you'll see there's great things awaiting. And then, you know, worst case scenario, you don't have anything to lose. You get the bonuses, you get the upsides, and you don't like it, no worries, no hard feelings. So, you know, think about it. But this is it. I'm logging out. This is Sunday evening. I'm going to enjoy the rest of the day. I wish you too a very, very nice Sunday evening, Sunday day, Sunday night. Doesn't matter which time frame or time zone you're on. But I hope to see you guys tomorrow. Same channel. I don't know if it's going to be the same time, but I'll try. I'll try. And thank you for watching. See you next time. Bye, guys.